Hi, it's Michelle here, and I'm inviting you to Wake Up and Live. So today we're going to talk about time. Isn't it about time we talk about time? You have probably heard that the only moment we have is now. I mean, now. I mean, now. It's true. We can remember the past. We can dream, worry, or fret about the future. But truly, we only have this very moment that you're living in at this very exact moment. And how awesome would it be to actually enjoy this moment? Okay, so I have a phrase that I've shared once before, and I'm going to share it again now. And this is a power phrase. Now, the original phrase that came from the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, is a little bit different, but I did what felt right for me. His was like, I have exactly enough time to enjoy everything I am doing, or something like that. I like to say I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to enjoy. And then I have various things I say. So I have plenty of time to enjoy everything I am doing. I have plenty of time to enjoy what I am doing. I have plenty of time to enjoy making this video. I have plenty of time to enjoy this moment. Lots of ways you can do it. And let's talk about some of the things that come from this phrase. Okay, so the first part is I have plenty of time. This is super powerful. Just to become aware that you don't have to do everything right now. Just because right now is the only moment we have doesn't mean we have to fit everything in it in this moment. So I have plenty of time to do what I need to do because I don't have to do it all right now. One of the biggest factors in overwhelm is this feeling, this urgency that we have to do it all right now. I have been known to get super frustrated with cleaning projects because I just wanted to get it all done, and I was so aware of everything that had to be happening, and I felt like I needed to do it all right now. But as I started using this phrase, I realized that I have time. I have plenty of time to do it. So I have plenty of time to work on a step. I have plenty of time to work on it for a few minutes and come back to it later because there is plenty of time. So that is one of the things that comes from this phrase, is having plenty of time. So I have plenty of time to enjoy. The whole point of our experience is truly about enjoying life. We came here to this body, to this time, this now, because we wanted to experience joy. Now, how many of you, raise your hand if you actually experience joy on a regular basis? I used to think that I experienced joy. I would watch my children playing, and it brought a warm feeling to my heart. And I do think that that's a glimpse of joy. But as I have progressed and pulling off the layers around my soul and allowed my soul to be here even more, I realized that that really was just a glimpse. There is so much more, and you can enjoy every moment. You can be in pain and you can be angry and still actually have joy underneath. It feels really weird, and I know that doesn't make any sense, but it is possible to feel more than one feeling at the same time. And it's kind of bizarre to be kind of have this sense of joy and at the same time be aware that I'm feeling something else. It's really weird, but it is possible. But whether or not you believe that and whether or not you want to experience that is not the point of this video. The point is that since this is the only moment you have, why don't you enjoy it? Enjoy what you're doing. When you say this, I'm enjoying everything I'm doing. Let's say that you're doing the dishes. Some people like to do dishes, some people don't. But what would happen if you said, I have plenty of time to enjoy doing the dishes? All of a sudden, you have given your being, your mind, your reticular activating system, you've given it something to look for, and now it's looking for a reason to enjoy doing the dishes. I have plenty of time to enjoy folding the laundry. which I have stacks of laundry that get to be folded when I'm done making my videos today. And I will enjoy doing it because I have plenty of time to enjoy each moment in my life. And that's really important. And as I've been saying that in the last few months, it has been incredible. So let's move on. I have plenty of time to enjoy everything I'm doing or the moment. I guess I've kind of talked about that. We've talked about that enjoying a specific thing. So what happens is we start thinking about we get all these different beliefs in our life. We have heard time is moving faster. We've heard that probably our whole lives. And so what have we experienced? Time is moving faster. Well, let me tell you, at the end of January, I posted on Facebook a question about time and how people's experience of January was. And there's a few of us that have been practicing being in the moment and practicing this concept that were like, oh my gosh, January had so much going on and it was really exciting. And there were a lot of people who were like, it flew by so fast. And one person was anticipating their birthday, and so therefore the month flew by really fast. But if you take a moment and actually be in the moment and you learn to appreciate and experience each moment, you'll find that time can actually slow down. It doesn't have to move so fast. And if you wanted it to move faster, it could move faster. Even anticipating something, like, I don't know, like, I know. I just said I don't know, and that's not the best thing for me to say. So what am I really wanting to say? I want to talk about the concept of time being linear. I think that's a bunch of hogwash, and I used to totally believe that. I used to totally believe that we have a set amount of time and that time is linear and everything. And then I got exposed to this concept, and it just kind of pointed out to me, and I kind of was leaning this anyway. It was this concept that when you're bored, time moves so slowly. And when you are enjoying yourself, time moves so fast. Like you're waiting and waiting and waiting for a date, or you're waiting and waiting and waiting for this big thing to happen. And then it happens and it's like, bam, it's over. And I was like, that is not what I wanted. And you weren't enjoying the time. You spent so much time like in that anticipation energy that you actually were slowing things down. And then you were so in the, oh my gosh, it's here, that it moves so fast, instead of just truly being present and allowing yourself to recognize you have plenty of time to enjoy it. If you were going on a date or whatever activity it is that you've been anticipating, and you actually choose to enjoy every moment of it, you would actually slow it down, and you would be present in the moments, and you'd be aware of things going on, and you'd actually enjoy things more. And I know it's true because I've gone dancing without paying attention to this, and it's fun night and it's really a blast, but it's like all of a sudden it's time for the dance to end, and I'm like, dang, where'd that dance go? And then when I've gone into a dance in this conscious place of just trying to be really present and enjoying every moment of it, I still have a blast. It is an incredible blast. And I will look at the time and I'm like, dang, it's still early. And look at all the fun I've already had. And that's what happens. My January was like 2 months long. That's how it felt. And when I'm in the consciously practicing doing this kind of thing, I will look at the time and I'll be like, I thought it was so much later than that. My time really can slow down for you, and you have plenty of time to do everything you want to do if you start believing that. It is possible to manipulate time with your beliefs. Like I know somebody who, I actually know a lot of somebodies who will travel long distances, and like something that should take them 2.5 hours, but they need to be there at like 2 hours, and they arrive on time. How is that possible? Like physically, it doesn't make sense. But when you believe it, is possible. And when you engage these concepts of being present in the moment and just trusting, like, I'm setting that I'm going to be there at this time, and then you just allow it to happen, things happen. And I know it's possible. I've had trips where it was rush hour traffic and you should be being slowed down every time you turn around. And it was like the way just parted for me, and I was able to just go, and I would get to a place in such a short amount of time. And I was like, this shouldn't be possible, but it's totally possible because I believe. And time can totally do that for you. If you make time your best friend, if you recognize that time comes from within, it's all about your own beliefs and perceptions of time. So if you want to believe that time's speeding up, more power to you. I choose to believe that time goes as slow as I need it to. I have gone to bed at night knowing that I only had a certain amount of time to get my sleep in, and I've just gone to bed knowing that I would get everything that my body needed that day to sustain me. And I did that, like, 4 hours of sleep, and normally I would be like totally exhausted throughout the day. And I even went dancing that night, and I had totally tons of energy even well into it. It was like, oh, it's time to go to bed. I finally started to feel tired, and part of it was just these concepts of believing that I can get all the sleep I need on whatever amount of time that the clock shows. I can totally do it. It's totally okay. So just start pondering, start thinking about it, start recognizing that when you allow yourself to be in the moment, when you allow yourself to recognize that you do have plenty of time. There is always plenty of time. You have plenty of time for everything you need. And when you do that, things calm down. I know there's a lot of times that time just seems to stop for a lot of people, and it's true because they're in the moment. I know of a story where a lady was going to be late if they stopped. They were on a way to their music rehearsal. She's in the orchestra, and she went by and she saw somebody that was in the choir. Then they were on the side of the road with the stopped car, and it was one of those things like, if they would stop, they should be late. But she recognized who they were, and she's like, we got to pull over because they're in the choir and they need to get there. And so they pulled over, and they helped put the car out of the road into a safe place. They gave them a ride, and everybody was on time with plenty of time to spare. They weren't running late. And that was one of those times when it seems like a miraculous time stopping. And it was because their heart was about serving. And so whether you believe in God or Heavenly Father or whatever you believe in, the universe, it supported them. Time supported them by pausing so that they could do what they needed to do and everybody could get there on time. And that's what time can do for you. If you remember to enjoy every moment and live in the moment and appreciate what you have, when you start thinking about the past, you are taking yourself out of the moment. When you start thinking about the future, you're taking yourself out of the moment. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't times to review the past and times to think about the future, but the goal is to practice being in this moment. What would bring you the most joy in this moment? What about this moment can you enjoy? And start practicing it. Start realizing it. Start realizing that time is your friend and time can totally do what you need it to do. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe below. Click the little bell so you get notifications that I've uploaded another video. Like this video. Tell me your experiences with time. And send me any questions you may have, a subject you want me to address, whatever you want to say. And share the video. Share this video with somebody you love. And that's what I have to share for you today. Remember to let your soul shine.